It happened in the middle of a toast, a crowded restaurant, glasses raised, her voice trembling, but not from nerves. Sometimes I wonder if I made the wrong choice leaving Daniel. Her words split the air like glass. Silence. Then nervous laughter around the table, people assuming it was a joke. I didn't laugh. I watched her lips as she realized what she'd said. A slip she tried to cover, turning it into a half smile. I mean, of course I love my husband. But I saw the flicker in her eyes. Not love, regret. The sound around me dulled, my pulse slowing to a crawl. Forks scraped. Someone made a joke to ease the tension, but I was already gone, sinking inward. I raised my glass, touched it to hers, kissed her cheek. No scene, no suspicion. Not yet. But in my head, something turned. Cold, calculating. The dinner continued. Laughter returned. But all I could hear was her voice replaying, like a confession she hadn't meant to give. Sometimes I wonder if I made the wrong choice. On the drive home, she hummed along to the radio as if nothing had happened. I studied her hands on the steering wheel. Steady. Too steady. Did she think I hadn't noticed? That the moment dissolved with the wine and chatter? I asked nothing, said nothing. But my silence pressed against her until she filled it with chatter about work, traffic, the wedding plans. Wedding plans. We weren't even married yet. Not officially, not legally. And still, she dared to look backward while asking me to walk forward with her. Her slip was more than a slip. It was truth, torn out of her before she could bury it. Truth doesn't need explanation. Truth reveals itself in reflex, in tone, in what people say when their guard drops. I replayed every glance she'd given me when his name came up before. Daniel. The ghost still tethered to her heart. A ghost she hadn't exorcised. A ghost she might never exorcise. My chest felt hollow, but not weak, not broken. Clarity was carving me clean. I began to watch her, quietly, precisely, not with paranoia, but with calculation. She left her phone unlocked on the counter once, careless. I memorized the passcode without touching it. Later, when she showered, I checked. Texts buried in the archive. Not new, old, months old. She hadn't deleted everything. His name appeared. Short exchanges. I miss you. Her reply, don't. Not denial, not rejection. Restraint. That single word told me everything. She wanted to, but wouldn't. Not for me, no. For the image of fidelity. I dug deeper. Emails, social accounts, bank statements. A transfer, small but telling. She'd sent him money after their breakup. To help out. Another tether. Externally, I was the same. I kissed her, laughed with her, slept beside her. But internally, every detail was evidence. Every breath was a clue. I even requested a record of her calls. She didn't know. She wouldn't know. When you wear a mask long enough, your victim never sees the eyes behind it. On the second night, I found myself outside Hale's home. Lights off, curtains drawn. The kind of neighborhood where evil wears a tie and says grace. His wife's car wasn't there. Business trip, maybe. He was alone. He didn't know a man was watching him. Didn't know another man was watching me. At midnight, my brother sent a text, "You still want this?" I typed one word. Yes. No explanation. No moral hesitation. I'd already lost too much pretending justice had rules. The news broke 72 hours later. Police respond to a 911 call. Male, late 40s, found in his home. Alive, but unrecognizable. The reporter's voice cracked. They said the scene was disturbing beyond comprehension. No forced entry, no theft, no fingerprints. Just precision. My phone rang that evening. It was Sergeant Keller, a friend from the force. "Cap, you might want to stay off the grid for a bit. The guy, Hale, he's not dead, but he won't ever speak again." I didn't reply. I didn't need to. I looked at my daughter across the room. She was laughing softly while talking to her mother. Color had returned to her face. She looked alive again. I went outside. The wind smelled clean. My brother was already there, sitting in his truck. He didn't look at me when he said, "It's done." "What did you do?" He lit a cigarette. Made him remember every word he said to her. And then? He blew smoke into the cold air. Then I took his voice. I met Hale 2 weeks later. Hospital, room 409. Security outside. Media forbidden. He lay there, bandaged, tubes in his arms, eyes wide open, still alive, still aware. But when he saw me, he began to shake violently, like some part of him remembered. I pulled a chair close, sat down. Didn't speak for a full minute. Finally, I leaned forward. "You said my family was nothing." He tried to speak. His throat worked, but no sound came. The terror in his eyes was louder than any scream. "You were wrong," I whispered. "We are everything." I stood, buttoned my jacket, and looked down at him, just a broken man pretending to be powerful. He tried to lift his hand, maybe to beg, but I was already walking out. Behind me, the monitor beeped faster. I didn't turn around. The department never found out. Officially, Hale suffered a psychotic breakdown. The investigation died quietly. My brother disappeared again. No goodbye, no thank you, just gone, like smoke retreating into the dark. Sometimes, late at night, I sit in my daughter's old room. Her laughter from downstairs reminds me of what was stolen and what was reclaimed. I don't feel guilt, only balance. Justice wears many faces. Sometimes it wears mine. I look at my reflection in the window. Tired eyes, steady hands, no remorse. People call what happened revenge, but they're wrong. It was restoration. And as I turn off the light, one final thought settles like ash in my chest. Quiet, brutal, final. He'll never hurt another girl again.